So, Georgette, you're a funny guy, actually. I never knew this about you, but after talking to you a lot more,
Yeah.
you got a great sense of humor and a phenomenal business plan or marketing plan. You actually drive Uber to meet those in the community because your thinking is that people who need your course are just everyday people. They're out there, riding in Ubers. They're looking for jobs. They might be coming from jobs or going to second and third jobs. So I thought it was really a brilliant way to connect yourself with the community that needs your product, or service.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
And probably, it may seem very strange to a lot of people. Why is it that I do Uber? Because it is true. If I start living a particular lifestyle with, perhaps a success I may or
Hmm.
may not have in the future in anything that I do,
Hmm.
no one in their right mind would take a side job like an Uber driver. But since that I'm a stock trader
Yeah.
and I want to pass on the knowledge to those who truly need it, uh, Uber is a way of me reaching the communities,
Yeah.
because like I said, if I have to live that kind of lifestyle, I may never meet you or
Yeah.
that
You
person
become,
who truly needs it. These are
yeah,
people who are everyday working people. Occasionally, I meet business people who
absolutely.
are wealthy and they have no need for it,
Absolutely.
but there are more of those who need, another source of income than those who don't. So I do this, out of the good kindness and goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
I don't entirely have to do it, but I do it to reach communities and, perhaps, letting them know that there's another opportunity, a great opportunity for you to earn a great income, so that's the reason why I pretty much do it.
I love that
And,
about you. I admire that about you because I know you're a genuine person, but that just really shows that you don't want to be someone who's out of touch or out of reach with,
mm,
reality, everyday, person out there who needs an opportunity that
mm,
are I've been on both sides, right? You taught me to trade stock. I'm your first student. It's going well for me now, but I still do Uber. I actually enjoy it. I don't think I'll ever stop, just part-time or on the weekends here and there.
mm,
I enjoy it. It gives me a reason to meet new people and a way to meet new people. And a bit of a social life, I can be an introvert sometimes. But I love that because these the mindset of the person in poverty is that there's no hope for me. Where are those people? Who is willing to meet me and teach me and train me, just like I met you, like hands-on,
mm,
one-on-one, other than someone coming through my screen on an ad that I don't
mm,
know. I may never meet this person. I don't know if I should trust this person, but having that one-on-one connection to actually meet
mm,
someone in person and see and hear the sincerity in their
mm,
voice and see it in their eyes and know that they have a desire to help you. I think it's so much more
mm,
impactful to go about it that way than just to be somebody that always pops up on their screen. Hey, you ever looking for an opportunity? Come and
mm,
see me. Like
mm.
those happen every day, all day, and frankly, they get missed a lot because they're common, they're too old, and I think they're becoming outdated because they're in abundance. They're too frequent, and then everybody has something to offer, right? They wouldn't
Mhm,
be
mhm.
popping up if they had something to offer. But how do you, among those people, how do you truly choose someone that has your best interest in mind? You don't know that
Mhm.
until you meet someone one on one,
I
face to face. Like
don't. I meet a variety of people from,
true.
many different occupations, including
Hmm.
business owners, doctors, lawyers, and I see that I'm a firm believer in God, and I believe that we should be living a humble, life. There's no reason for people to know,
Right.
you know, how wealthy or wealthy you're not.
Yeah.
You know, you ever been to the movies? You know, there's an actor called Keanu Reeves who
Hmm.
does not live the lifestyle entirely like those, you know, highly successful people. And I believe he makes over a couple $100 million as his net worth
Hmm.
filming, but yet he still takes the subways and he's engaging, you know, with the people in the community,
Yeah.
you know. So I'd like to take on that
Yeah.
and meet with the people
Yeah.
and live a humble life, you
Yeah.
know. And besides, it gets dangerous when
Yeah,
people do
absolutely.
know, you know, how wealthy you are, or you start meeting, well, that
That's perceived to be,
fake,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, friends and people start coming around you because,
Right.
you know, your network,
You
because
can
of your
add something,
network.
yeah, to their life.
So
Yeah.
even if I was a billionaire, most likely you will not know that I am. I
Hmm.
probably drive an ordinary car, you know, occasionally. It's only occasionally now because
Hmm.
as I start building more and more wealth, I start to get involved in other projects, and I
Absolutely.
may not have, you know, the time that I used to in doing Uber, but I'd
Mhm.
like to meet people. And, you know, this is not for everyone. The kind of people that I really would like to meet and really help out are people who are genuine and people who truly need it.
Mhm.
You know, I've been judged because I'm an Uber driver. I've even been told that they don't believe that, you know, I can be a successful stock trader
Yeah.
and still do Uber. But you know, that should not be an issue. No
Yeah.
one should be judging you for what you do. I go out there to meet you. If I, like I said, if I was living that kind of lifestyle, you and I would have never met. You would never be my student.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we're living in the world of technology.
Right.
Yes, of course, I do plan to get the word out through social media to reach out, you know, more people who are truly in need because this world is getting financially more difficult for people.
Yeah.
You know, they're having a difficult time keeping up with the bills. A job, like I said in other videos, is just not enough.
Hmm.
People need an extra source of income. And like I said, the wealthy use this as an instrument to build wealth. Or I want to pass on my knowledge to people who, ordinary people who I meet who genuinely need it. I've gotten great responses from that.
I believe in that. I'm the same way. I'm a man of faith. I don't believe you need to struggle to, to in your living as well. You know, when you as you worship. In fact, the wealthier you are, the more time you have to dedicate to God, the more resource you have to dedicate to God, the community, the projects that you want to do. And I've heard that concept before, like Bill Gates. Even I was watching some videos about him on YouTube the other day. He even still lives a frugal life. He says it's not a big difference in himself and those who are aspiring to be wealthy in terms of the places that they go out and eat, the car that they drive, and the home that he lives in. He doesn't live in a mansion. He lives in the house he bought 41 years, something years ago, dated from the video that I saw. It could be longer now, but I think people just want a cushion, a safety net. They don't want to have to struggle. We don't need everything in the world, right? We don't need helicopters and private jets and the whole, mogul lifestyle, right? But enough is enough just for time freedom, freedom to spend time with family and, have peace of mind that whatever you need or want, you can get it. And then you do what you love every day. Spend time with the people you love every day. I love that concept. I think that is such a admirable quality to meet someone who's down to earth and that also knows something that could help a lot of people. Because the two don't often come in the same package. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it was a pleasure talking with you. I
It's
don't
a
know
pleasure as
how
well
much time I
to,
have with you. I mean, did you have more time today? Did you want to have more to share?
well, I really would like to mention the Grisso STA
Mhm.
course that's coming up on podia.com.
Okay.
If you go to that link, GrysoSTA.podia.com,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be launching my course on October the 1st. I really hope that everyone out there can take advantage of this course because I did it in a way that people can understand it. You know, once they go through the entire course, I've made it basically simplified. This is
Yeah.
going to be stock trading simplified, not using any candlesticks, but you might
Yeah,
have seen
absolutely.
candlesticks out there
Yeah, in the
yourself.
past,
I think in the past you had an experience like
a
that.
bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm teaching people, this is on a step by step, but once you're done with the course, you join the group
Mhm.
with me and we'll continue teaching.
Yeah,
I'll be doing some mentoring to everyone who needs it,
I love that.
and helping them get to the 12th level where they can be comfortable with what they were doing and generate that $100,000
Yeah,
a month that I guaranteed in my course.
the
I
expert.
think that my course is probably one of those very few courses out there that gives you a guarantee, you know. So I will work with you until you feel like you don't need me anymore, but you can always have access to me through the group.
Yeah, I love that
Mhm.
too because normally you don't get. I've never had this person like a
Mhm.
mentor of my own, other than just internet mentors. What are they doing? I want to be like them. Oh, real estate,
Mhm.
this and that. But somebody that's really hands on and say, hey, no, Mike, you need to do it like this. More carefully select your stocks. Do this, do that. And the mentorship has been
Mhm.
phenomenal, and like how much do I have time? A little bit more time to go
Oh,
with you
yes, yes, yes.
because I
Mhm.
could maybe share this in another video, but
Mhm.
I can go ahead and now the things you were telling me. I went and because I'm a student as well. I'm a in data,
Mhm.
and so I started to develop a spreadsheet that just it made the the whole process of stock trading more like amped up, more
Mhm.
phenomenal. I started being able to input values and formulas so I could predict the outcomes. And I started color coding and everything, and
Mhm.
it just became something clicked in me when I decided to take this serious.
Mhm.
And I'm glad you stuck with me. That's another thing about you. You became more than a mentor, but more like a friend. And it's like I know you
Mhm.
don't always have time, but whenever I call on you, you make yourself available, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that. A man of your caliber, and hey, I got a question. You're right there, guiding me through it step by
Mhm.
step. And then when I want to try to have a sit down with you, yeah, let's do it. Let's make yourself available. I love that. This is
Mhm.
what the people can get. This is the kind of mentor and community that we're building with this stock trading academy. Is becoming much like a family. And we
Mhm.
all have our little techniques and differences and spices to add to the flavor of the academy to help each
Mhm.
one maybe be more efficient in their skills. Maybe their I can help with the charts. Maybe if they want to set up the chart and put the
Mhm.
formulas, just every little thing that makes our that sharpens our abilities.
Mhm.
It makes the stock trading is fun now. I enjoy it.
Mhm.
It consumes me like a hobby, or like it makes me feel important,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
like, I'm valuable to the world now. I have a different
See?
wall, different dread, different smile on my face. So, and a lot of that is
Well,
thanks to you, man. I couldn't say it any other way. Wish people could see the look on my
well,
face right
this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is actually how I get paid. You succeed,
Yes.
and you're having such a great experience. It's just like so rewarding.
Absolutely.
More rewarding than
The
any
monies.
financial gains that I generate in
Yeah.
trading on the stock market, because I love to see people transform
Yes.
into a new person and giving them hope that they one day will be, and they will be, if they continue doing my course and
Absolutely.
stay the course
Absolutely.
from level 1 all the way to level 12, your lifestyle will change
Yeah.
once you start generating $100,000 a year. And
Yeah.
I want to see people's lifestyle change, because
Absolutely.
we have been so suppressed,
Stress.
by the
Yes.
poor, so stressed out.
Hmm.
It's been going on far too long. There's nothing that we can do about inflation.
Yeah.
There's no president in the United States or any leader in the world that can change, the economy just like this in a matter of 4 years. We have to start. This is the reason why I wanted to teach this
Hmm.
let the people be empowered by
Right.
this so that they can
Right.
start managing their finances and building wealth so they would not have to be stressed. And
Yeah,
I want to see more smiles,
absolutely. Yeah.
and seeing them succeed as a stock trader, it's really rewarding for me.
Yeah. Poverty is
Yeah.
it's a mindset in
Mhm.
one aspect, and it's a pretty common problem, becoming more common today too, as we see, like you said, inflation, everything's going on. How do you think people get in these situations of poverty? I mean, I know it can happen in all kind of different ways, but on a larger scale, how does it, how do you think it affects people, right? And you could take a pause to answer that question.
Okay. So you were asking me on poverty. Poverty is, I'm really sensitive to poverty. I mean, I myself come from poverty,
Mhm.
but poverty is a problem worldwide. Many countries are suffering financially.
Mhm.
And despite the fact that there's so many charity organizations, even today we're still seeing that poverty still remains as a problem.
Right.
I mean, it's not, I can't say that it's, people got themselves into that predicament of
Mhm.
being poor.
Right.
It's not entirely their fault. There are many, many reasons as to why people are poor.
Mhm.
But in my experience, in the 31 years of banking experience, I've got to see the world like the bigger picture,
Mhm.
because finances affects everyone around in the whole world.
Yes.
Although I work for banks in New York City, it didn't just affect New York City. We actually fund, to many, many countries. The
Wow.
world is funded,
Wow. Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
But there are certain groups who, I mean, we've come across them all the time.
Right. Right.
There are two kinds of really extremely wealthy people. One is that they got to be wealthy and rich out of nothing but pure hard work, the sweat of their brow. They
Mhm.
became very successful. Even many people come from different countries, and they take advantage of the opportunities. But they're really just building wealth for them and their families, to help out their family,
Yeah.
not to take advantage of the weak, of the people
Right.
within the communities, but offer their services, and they build wealth from doing that. However, there's a group of wealthy people
Mhm.
who are fit the category of greed. They
Mhm.
want financial power,
Sure. Yeah.
that they rather suppress the poor. They'll step on the poor just for them to become rich and powerful,
Mhm.
to take over, other countries because of their financial power.
Yeah.
They want this kind of power, greed.
Yeah.
And what happens is, in order for the poor, for the rich to get to that point, they have to suppress the poor by maybe not by giving them uh,
Like their own, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
It's they create a set of
yeah,
rules, right? That
mhm,
seems like this is what you should follow. This is the
yeah,
norm. Society functions like this. And they go down
yeah,
that tunnel, and it's like a trap for them. It's like, gotcha. You thought you did everything. You had the
mhm,
401k, you had
right,
this, you had that. But at the end, once you reach the age where you can take out
yeah,
your proceeds or your gains, whatever you call it, they tap into it, they tax it,
yeah,
or they say, oh, you have a percentage in fees,
yeah,
and that eats up all the money. It's
right,
like at every level, there's a defense that
mhm,
harms the person who
mhm,
is the victim. They just keep
mhm,
becoming a victim at every level. And they think they're wiser, right? They get older, they making wiser decisions. Oh, now I have a solid benefits package.
mhm,
Now I have a 401k. But at the end of that, there's all these rules that they don't,
mhm.
maybe read about, and they get trapped in that.
Well, I lost my train of
Okay.
thought in what I was going to say.
Yeah.
What happens is, why do you suppose that the majority of the population don't know how to trade on the stock market.
I can't.
I mean, this is not taught in
No,
university,
that's,
colleges, and
yeah,
high schools.
yeah, just absence of
So
the,
there is a difference between the rich and the poor. Many people would say that, you know, easily it's because of the money. No, my opinion, has a lot to do with the knowledge.
yes,
So these wicked and people who are powerful, they made sure that the majority of the population lack the knowledge of trading. This is the reason why when I showed them certain graphs, they're not understanding it, even certain basic things, but that's not their fault. It's just that they lack the knowledge, because if the education was out there,
Mhm.
you know, they would easily learn it and there's
Be
no issues
successful, yeah.
financially. Everyone would be financially free.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why I created the GrysoSTA Trading Academy.
Got it.
You know, in the future, I do plan to have a physical building with a school where people could come, you know, face to face and learn more about trading.
I love
You
that.
know, that's the reason why I created this, so that people can get that very same knowledge. So what I have learned from the wealthy people,
Mhm.
and now I want to share this with those who are less fortunate.
I love
You
it.
know, give them the education that they lack, because there's a lot of financial literacy in this country.
Yeah, a deficit of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
deficit
yeah,
that, right,
both, on both
understand,
sides,
yeah.
yeah.
In a
Mhm.
lot of areas, because people have a difficult time managing their personal finances sometimes, because even that, they may bring themselves down to the poverty level, because
Mhm.
they never got the proper education. That's why in my course, we don't just learn about stock trading, we also learn or how to train yourself to manage your own personal finances, because I don't see any reason why we should go ahead with stock trading first until you get a hold of your personal finances.
Absolutely.
You know, because just like in a 401k plan,
Mhm.
you contribute 3, 6, 9, 15, up to 15%
Mhm.
into your financial plan. So when you are learning this and you're trading now, empowering yourself to trade on the stock market for yourself,
Mhm.
then you should contribute, you know, from
Absolutely.
your leftover net amount
Mhm.
into your financial plan
For the future.
for the future.
Yeah,
You know, your contribution plus the gains in trading helps you to get from one level until you reach the 12th level.
I love that. So you
Mhm.
empower the individual. I love that. You empower the person empowers the
Mhm.
family, you know, empowers the community, and the community impacts the world.
Right.
So
And I think that the economy will certainly improve,
absolutely.
because when people make better income,
Mhm.
they will spend it.
Yeah,
And so I believe
absolutely.
it's great for the economy, right? Imagine if we all hold our money and not buy anything, the economy
Doesn't
will
move.
be
Yeah.
seriously affected.
Yeah.
But when more and more people are making better money, you know, it affects the economy on a positive way. Now you can go in, it's so much easier to buy a car, so much easier to do all your groceries. In fact, and everything that you buy, you can pay cash for it.
Yeah.
You know, and so this Gristle Stock Trading Academy is a positive impact to the economy.
Absolutely.
Not just helping every individual, but helping, you know, the country. And then because we're living in the United States, many nations are in this country, is how I believe that my academy will help out many countries around the world.
Do you see do you believe the banks see it that way, and like the car dealerships? Because they may say, well, if they pay everything in cash, or if they buy it all at once, we can't, you know, squeeze the interest out of them over time, or we can't, those payments aren't going to keep lasting. So what would be your,
There are, and it's true,
Mhm.
they may not like the idea, but that doesn't mean that, you know, everyone's going to be learning this.
Yeah.
It's just always going to be at every the best
Absolutely.
opportunities
Absolutely.
there's all just only going to be a certain percentage of people. So there's always, I wouldn't surprise me if it's only 5% who do this. The rest 94% they can, they'll have to go the traditional way of,
Right.
financing car mortgages until
Right.
they decide to change their finance.
Yeah.
But even if everyone was doing it,
It's still,
they can still go out and borrow money just
Mhm.
shorter terms. The
Yeah.
banks will still make money.
Yeah. And it's
You
money
know?
today is worth much
Yeah.
more than money in the future.
Mhm.
So they'll still benefit either way.
And yeah, in either way, because what happens is, I mean, all this money that we make or
Mhm.
that we generate,
Mhm.
we're gonna have to put it in the bank. So now the banks are getting so much more money,
Mhm.
and they themselves can invest it on a larger scale to help
Yeah.
other countries financially. So either way, they still
Win-win,
benefit.
yeah.
One way, they benefit.
Yeah, I'm hearing the win-win. Well,
Mhm.
you've got a brilliant mind, Georgina. I appreciate you sharing it with me. I won't take any more of your time today, but I want to thank you so much personally for sitting down with me once again on the
No
channel, and
problem.
we'll
Anytime.
yeah, we'll share this. All right, you
All
take
right,
care.
thank you
Enjoy
so
the rest of
much.
your day. Thank you.